First of all, I want to say that this is an interesting high school because what they seem to be upset about is what the shirts that she wore rather than her green hair. That they say that didn't disrupt the class at all. Shows you what kind of times we live in. But joining me today is Steve DeCastro. He's going to be my in-studio guest who's going to help me out as we try and explain some of the issues having to do with the First Amendment in this case. Explain to us a little bit about what happens in a situation where in a school, a student in a school versus disruption, as they're claiming, and the right to free speech.
Well, whenever America has gone to war, the constitutional rights of its citizens throughout history, in every war America has done, have come under threat. And in this case, inevitably in the post-9/11 climate, it was going to happen, and it happened in a school. And at the outset, Katie has many advantages at trial. First of all, the Supreme Court, in the context of the school that you're talking about, the Supreme Court has ruled in Tinker versus Des Moines that students do not check their constitutional rights at the schoolhouse gate. That being said, the constitutional rights of free expression of students is balanced against the school's interest in maintaining a disciplined and educational environment in the school.
All right, now let me interrupt for a second. Historically, though, students have not the courts have held that students in high schools or students in schools can have their constitutional rights amended. For example, principals and school officials have the right to open up school lockers without search warrants. That's a Fourth Amendment right. We have a right on the search and seizure, but that's based upon the fact of school safety, that in fact you can do away with a search warrant. Well, how does that figure in terms of understanding that there has to be an order within schools?
Well, see, this is an important point, and it's probably the crucial point for this trial, which is that can the school board prove that there has been some disruption as a result of Katie Sierra's speech? And they can prove they can most likely prove that there has been some mild disruption. The problem for them is that this disruptive activity is not Katie Sierra's. Katie Sierra did not disrupt any classrooms or anything like that. It is the reaction of the other students to her that disrupted.
And that's what this trial will begin to eventually center on. We're going to take a break here, but first, what do you think about this case? Send us an email with your comments or any questions you may